Courage is a word that often conjures images of grand gestures, heroic feats, and moments where everything hangs in the balance. But true courage can be far more personal. Sometimes, since it's not about battling dragons or leaping from burning buildings, it's about standing up to the fears that live quietly inside us, the ones that shape our choices and steer the course of our lives. My journey of courage began not with a sudden decision, but with a slow, uneasy realization. For years, I carried my biggest fear like a shadow, always present, always looming. It was woven into the decisions I made, the opportunities I let slip by, and the walls I built to keep myself safe. Yet the more I tried to avoid it, the more it seemed to grow, silently dictating the boundaries of my world. It was the fear of failure, not just the simple act of making a mistake, but the deeper terror of not being enough, of letting down those who believed in me, and ultimately letting down myself. Every time I stood on the edge of something new, a challenge, a chance, a change, I felt its grip tighten. My mind would race with thoughts of what could go wrong, every possible misstep magnified and replayed endlessly. Instead of stepping forward, I found myself retreating, telling myself it wasn't worth the risk, that safety was better than uncertainty. But life, as it tends to do, has a way of nudging us toward what we most need to confront. The turning point came quietly, almost unremarkably, in the form of an opportunity that I knew deep down I couldn't ignore. It was a chance to lead a project at work, a project that mattered, both to my team and to me. The stakes felt high, the expectations even higher. And as soon as the offer was made, my old fear rushed in, reminding me of every past mistake and every reason to say no. For days, I wrestled with my decision. I weighed the comfort of staying in my familiar lane against the possibility of stepping up. I tried to convince myself that someone else would do a better job, that I didn't need to take on the extra responsibility. But behind all these rationalizations was the quiet knowledge that I wanted to say yes, that I wanted to grow, to stretch, to see what I was really capable of. Courage, I realized, doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward in spite of it. It means choosing to face the discomfort, the uncertainty, and the possibility of falling short because there is something greater on the other side. So, with my heart pounding and my mind swirling with doubts, I said yes. The days that followed were a whirlwind of preparation and anticipation. I threw myself into planning, determined to do everything I could to set the project up for success. But the fear was never far away. Every setback felt like proof that I was out of my depth. Every critical comment, every unexpected challenge sent me spiraling back into self-doubt. There were moments when I wanted to walk away, to let someone else take the reins. Yet in those moments, I learned something vital. Courage isn't a one-time act, it's a daily choice. It's the decision to show up, again and again, even when it's hard. It's the willingness to ask for help, to admit when you don't have all the answers, and to keep moving forward despite the discomfort. Slowly, I began to trust myself, to believe that I could handle whatever came my way. As the project unfolded, I faced setbacks and made mistakes. But each time, I reminded myself that failure was not the end. It was a part of the process. I learned to see criticism as an opportunity to improve, rather than a reflection of my worth. I discovered that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength, that true connection and growth come from being honest about our struggles. Along the way, I found support in unexpected places. My team, instead of judging my missteps, rallied around me, offering encouragement and new perspectives. I realized that my fear of letting others down had blinded me to the fact that leadership is not about perfection. It's about perseverance, empathy, and the courage to keep going. The project eventually reached its conclusion. It wasn't perfect, and there were things I wished I'd done differently. But as I looked back, I saw more than just the results. I saw the journey. I saw the moments when I wanted to give up, and the choices I made to keep moving. I saw the growth, the lessons, and the quiet victories that came from facing my fear head-on. The greatest transformation, though, was internal. By confronting my fear of failure, I began to redefine what success meant to me. It was no longer about flawless execution or meeting every expectation. It was about showing up fully, embracing challenges, and being willing to learn and adapt. It was about resilience, authenticity, and the courage to be seen, imperfections and all. This journey taught me that fear will always be a part of life, It can serve as a warning, a motivator, or a barrier, but it does not have to be a prison. We have the power to choose how we respond, to step into the discomfort and discover what lies beyond. Each act of courage, no matter how small, builds our capacity to face the next challenge with greater strength and confidence. As I reflect on this experience, I am reminded that courage is not reserved for the extraordinary. It belongs to all of us, in the quiet moments when we choose to try again, to speak up, to take a chance. It is found in the willingness to confront our deepest fears, to risk failure, and to open ourselves to growth. My story is just one among countless others. Each person carries their own fears, their own battles, and their own opportunities to be brave. Whatever your fear may be, whether it's uncertainty, rejection, change, or something else, know that you are not alone. The journey of courage begins with a single step, a choice to move forward despite the discomfort. And as you embark on your own journey, remember that courage is not about eliminating fear. It's about transforming it. It is about using fear as a catalyst for growth, a reminder of what matters most, and a call to action. It is about trusting yourself, believing in your ability to adapt and overcome, and embracing the possibility of something greater. In the end, facing my biggest fear was not just about achieving a goal or completing a project. It was about reclaiming my sense of possibility, breaking free from the limitations I had placed on myself, and discovering a deeper well of resilience within. It was about learning to live more fully, to take risks, and to embrace both the victories and the setbacks along the way. If you too are standing on the edge of something daunting, I encourage you to take that first step. Let courage guide you, even if your voice shakes and your heart races. You may be surprised by what you discover, not just about the world, but about yourself. The journey may be difficult, but it is also rich with opportunity, growth, and the chance to become the person you are meant to be.